You're listening to the Lanterns Radio Network. We are the network dedicated to empowering the individual, illuminating the truth, defending American exceptionalism, and inspiring future generations. Stay connected and get involved at Lanterns.buzz for great radio. Get commentary and news of the day. Lanterns.buzz.
Common sense, comedy, and freedom. You found the defenders of American exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network.
Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday.
Woohoo!
It's the weekend.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Oh, I'm so glad the weather's changed.
It's kind of weird, I actually, you know.
I had seen a post. There's a local thing I follow.
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy who takes pictures locally around the downtown Raleigh area.
Yep.
And it was funny. He did a side-by-side post of just 10 days ago. So 10 days ago, it was like sleet and snow and gray. And it was, and then literally the next picture next to it was of today, and there was blossoms on the trees. And
isn't
green.
that funny?
It is
that is just weird.
Welcome to North Carolina weather, man.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Love it. So,
man, I'll tell you what. Oh, by the way, you can find us at Defenders of American Exceptionalism on Facebook. You can also find us at Twitter at the DOAE Show. Use the hashtag NowIKnow for everything that you do there. Also, patreon.com/DOAE Show. Become a patron of ours. Get some good swag. And show us that you support. Also, like, share, post reviews.
Yeah.
All those things.
Let your friends know
exactly
what it is that you do on Saturday night and why you're not hanging out at the bar with them.
Because I'm watching the show.
Yeah, you know how awesome it would be if one day somebody would, like, I don't know, message in or tweet in or something and just basically, like, show a video of everybody kind of sitting around, even if it's a homemade bar.
Right.
Sitting around
the bar listening to the show.
Listening and watching
quote
us.
Unquote.
That would be awesome.
That would be so good.
Yeah, waiting for a
I'd
bell ding.
really enjoy that.
Ooh, turn it into a drinking game.
Ooh.
Every time you ring the bell, they drink.
Ooh, that would be good.
Wouldn't it?
All the cowbells.
Oh, my God, yeah. That would be hilarious.
Cowbell drinking game. That'd be so good.
Hashtag cowbell drinking game.
Oh, man, we need to start that. Somebody, please.
Pick that up and run with it.
Do it. Do it well.
Oh, well, we're going to get this thing started.
We had to break the ice a little bit because
I'm about to lose.
These first ones are.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I can't promise that I'm gonna behave. I may lose my mind.
He just may.
So from the Daily Wire, the headline reads: a pedophile charged with abusing 3 girls says he's a 9-year-old trapped in a man's body.
I mean, I could see, but without the, abusing of the girls, I could see the 9-year-old trapped in an adult body a lot more than I can see a female trapped in a male body.
I'll give you that. I will give you that. It's a little bit easier to swallow.
Except for the whole he's abused small.
Yes. Yes, a Chicago man was accused of sexually assaulting 2 6-year-olds.
And an 8-year-old.
Repeatedly told officers that he is really, quote, a 9-year-old trapped in an adult's body, end quote, the prosecutors revealed on Wednesday.
So even by his own standard, he's still robbing the cradle.
Oh, yeah. But I guess they figure it's within a couple of years it wouldn't make a whole lot of difference.
I'm trying to make light of this, folks.
Yes, it's 38-year-old Joseph Roman was charged with repeated predatory criminal sexual assault. The numerous attacks began in 2015 and continued until early this month.
So,
here's Roman has reportedly confessed to some of the attacks to authorities. His victims were the daughters of his friends.
According to the Chicago Tribune, prosecutors said the attacks began when the family of one of the girls moved into Roman's home for 10 weeks. Roman is accused of regularly assaulting her between August 2015 and December 2017 while other family members were sleeping. The girl was 6 when the assaults began.
Wow. I'm really trying to compose myself here. The other victims were similarly preyed upon. The 8-year-old was assaulted while the family stayed with Roman for 10 weeks, starting in October 2016.
What 9-year-old do you know that's able to hold his own and and to have a house?
See, that's as loose as that is. That's not even like the beginning of it. I'm stuck on the whole between the 6-year-old.
He's just now got caught.
Well, there's that too. But no. Let's go back to this. So, the prosecutor said it began with one of the girls was home when they stayed in their home for 10 weeks. The 8-year-old. So one of the 6-year-olds and one of the 8-year-olds were both living with this guy for approximately 10 weeks apiece.
Yeah.
Why?
Apparently there was some problem with their families.
But why? Is it just a little bit odd? Is it just me? And I can't grasp this.
It's the whole family was there.
No, there were different families.
Yeah, 2 separate families.
Yes.
But both families lived there for 10 weeks total, both of them.
Ding. Isn't that a little odd that 2 separate families?
Like
2.5. There are 2 separate families.
He cuts it off at 2.5 months.
I guess. Sorry, it's starting to get old.
You know, you guys are great.
It's not fun anymore. Is that what that is?
You guys are great. I love you, but it's been 10 weeks. I can't deal with this anymore.
And your kid won't shut up.
Yeah.
That's about what I think is going on. I don't. That just blows my mind. Why is it 10 weeks for 2 separate families? It doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't.
How no one went. It's beyond me.
It's like, guys.
And nobody knew, really?
Really?
In 10 weeks, you had no idea?
No idea. Like, the girl didn't start acting weird around him. Nothing weird was going on. Like,
the victim was allegedly continuously attacked even after the family moved out.
Stop. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go back to this whole thing while they were asleep.
Uh-huh.
She never screamed.
Apparently not. The other 6-year-old victim was allegedly assaulted while she slept in his home for 1 year, from January of 2017 to present. Quote, the girl's family and the family of one of the other victims confronted Roman after an attack on January 6th, reported the Tribune. The trans age, quote, male was charged with a Class X felony. Felony. And I'm trying, because there's curse words I was trying to cover. And taken into custody on Monday, where he made a video confession of his crimes. Roman was ordered to be held without bail during Wednesday's hearing.
Okay.
And all of this, again, it goes back to the whole, I'm going to confess, but I'm a 9-year-old trapped in an adult body.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. We know they're not. But you know what? We have.
What 9-year-old do you know that has that sort of sexual desire?
Well, we all know that just the logic and all that doesn't make sense.
Right.
But we have, as a society, as America, has painted themselves into a corner.
Now they have to accept this.
Yeah, sadly, this guy probably will at the very least get to plead insanity and will be put into some kind of a room where he'll just take pills and play checkers all day.
Instead of being thrown into jail and being mistreated like he mistreated those girls.
Exactly.
Which is what happens to pedophiles.
I even think that's too good for pedophiles. Personally.
No, that happens to that's exactly what happens to pedophiles in Gen Pop.
I know, but I think that is too good for them.
Right, sodomy. You're sodomized, and also everything needs to be cut off.
Oh, I was going to say,
it needs to be cut off.
I believe we should bring back the era of the eunuch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, just take it all off. Like, cut it all off, not just the balls.
Oh, well.
Everything.
Well, I mean, that's what I meant. Like, but that's why I always thought the eunuch was everything.
You're trans age. Well, guess what?
Now we can morph you into a woman if you'd like.
Oh, no, not if you like. Guess what? That's gone away.
How do you like the idea of peeing in a bag?
For the rest of your life.
Because I would just as soon put a bullet in your head and be done with it.
That's also true.
I don't...
I have...
This is what happens. This is what happens when people keep their mouth shut. There's not enough people sitting around saying, you know what, this is wrong and I'm not going to continue enabling this.
Right.
And this goes back to, oh, well, I've got a 9-year-old drag queen.
No, you don't. You have a child. Your child is being very confused by how you teach it.
Or not teaching it. That's the thing, is you're not doing your job.
By how you indoctrinate your child.
You're letting your kid do whatever you want, and instead of actually setting boundaries and being the adult you're supposed to be and the parent you're supposed to be, you go, no, little Timmy, it's okay. Dress up like that. Go whore yourself out because it's fun.
No.
I'm really trying to maintain. So let's move on to something not as crappy. The Church of England urges an Anglican... I can never say that word properly, urges Anglican baptism service as a way to celebrate gender transition.
Yes, by the way, we transitioned into this because I have girls about the same age as the previous story, and I really just want to get beyond it.
Yeah. So we're going to go from one psychotic crap hole to another.
So listen to this. The Church of England and the House of Bishops voted Tuesday to block the creation of a new liturgy celebrating the gender transition, but urges bishops to use the existing baptism rite as a way to mark their passage.
Because that's important. You can't come up with your own crap. You literally have to... See, okay, so from the Christian faith, homosexuality is immoral.
Yes.
Homosexuality is a sin.
Yes.
To live in homosexuality as a Christian is living in sin.
Right. It is literally spitting in the face of God.
So now, instead of saying...
now, listen very carefully. We all sin every single day.
Absolutely.
We are not saying that we are better.
Yeah.
We are not saying that we are more prepared. That we are not saying that we don't also do something similar to this effect. But to have the idea that I can continue to do this sin without the understanding and realization that that sin is what separates you from your God.
Yep.
When continuing to live in it and not trying to change yourself and make yourself better,
Yep.
make yourself more like what God's image is, that is what separates you.
Yes. Now, having put all of that out there, you can't turn around. You have to take a rite, a ceremony or a custom,
A religious tradition.
well, I was going to say that is completely religious, and use it to what, further and justify your sin to justify it, basically. Oh, look, it's okay now because I had a bishop turn around and throw some water on me. Which doesn't change anything anyway. Let's get that cleared out the way either. If someone sprinkling water on you doesn't get you into heaven, folks.
Yeah,
but
bathing in the water also doesn't.
Yeah, but having said that, though, it's a ceremony. It's a visual thing. It's you can't come up with your own. No, you have to steal from Christians, from the book that you're supposedly trying. It doesn't make any sense.
Not only that, but you're actually denying what God gave you. He gave you a body. God gave you a specific body with a specific purpose. And you're turning around saying, no, I don't believe that I believe you made a mistake, God, in giving me this body. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to use that, change myself, use science to change all my physical outward appearances, and then go back to your congregation, and
yep,
we're going to have them baptize me again.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. Last July, General Synod, the Church of England's governing body, officially passed a motion welcoming and affirming transgender people into the church. Being LGBT was also declared, quote, not a sin by a top bishop. Well, goody. It's good to know that a top bishop
of the
Church, who isn't even named BT Dubs, but top bishop has the literal authority and power to change the word of God.
Right.
Wow, I need to shake this dude's hand.
Apparently.
Is it just me? I just had a thought, and this is so bad just because I'm trying to behave, but I'm just in a jerk mood now. How awesome.
Jerky jerk face.
Being a douche. How awesome. Me personally, I would love to be standing directly behind this cat in line when we stand in front of God. I do. I want to be that close. I want to be just popcorn in hand.
You just want to watch it.
He said it. I want to be there.
Yeah.
I'm just in.
It just makes you angry.
Well, it does. Look, I'm all about if you want to be homosexual, knock yourself out.
Right.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay?
Understandable.
The only time that you being a homosexual affects me in the grand scheme of everything is either A, if you keep coming on to me and I tell you no.
Okay.
Which has happened, by the way.
Has it really?
I'm a sexy man.
Is it the beard? I think it's the beard.
It might be. No, I've had it happen before, but it is that, and I repeatedly say no. That's when your homosexuality is a problem to me now because you're pushing it on to me and I won't stop. The second thing is if you profess to be a Christian, I'm sorry, but the Bible is in black and white. And it says
literally
not to do this. Well, and red in some cases.
Yeah.
But it says not to do this. It says that it is an abomination for a man to lay with a man. And people can argue all these things. Oh, well, the Bible says this. Oh, what is that? No. This is what it says. And this is how I'm reading it, and that is how I'm interpreting my faith.
That's how it's going to go.
Now, if you're going to come to me and say, I am a Christian, and I'm also gay, I'm going to tell you, no, you're not. Either you're not gay, or you're not a Christian. You have to pick.
Right.
Sorry for you.
Yeah. You kind of
doesn't mean that I don't love you any less. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to help you any less. It doesn't change who you are in that instance. But I'm going to call a spade a spade. I'm going to sit here and say, this is wrong. And there are points that I can't, I'll go with you to a point and it stops. I can't, if you want to choose to do this. And the same thing applies to, let's take it out of something that's people deem controversial, like homosexuality. Let's put it into the fact of you're a straight guy and you're cheating on your wife. It's wrong. I'm going to tell you it's wrong. Oh, we're living in an open relationship and she's sleeping with this guy and I got these girls.
No.
If you are supposed to be married by biblical standards, you can only have the one wife and you don't cheat. That's sinning. That's called adultery.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you it's wrong. Doesn't mean I don't love you less. Doesn't mean I'm not going to help you less. But I'm sure as hell not going to turn around and let you sit and think that, oh no, I'm still a Christian, yay! Right. And make the rest of us that are actually trying to be what God wants us to be, make the rest of us look bad.
Right.
God, I'm hitting the
you
mic.
Are
knocking stuff down.
Sorry. He is so upset he's hitting the mic.
I need a new mic.
Yeah, you do.
But anyway.
Yeah, you do.
Folks, everyone is entitled to live their life the way they live.
Ooh.
Okay? Period.
Right.
I believe that you can be who you are, do what you want to do, blah, 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 blah.
All that junk.
All that junk. Just as much as I have a right to do what I want to do. And if you choose to not follow the way I go, or the way Steven goes, then that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to learn to get along, and we have to learn to accept, like, I can't turn around and say that I'm gay, but never go with a guy. How's that going to fly? Does that work?
No, not really.
I didn't think so. There are standards, folks. Stick with them. Let's
keep the standard. Goose Fraba.
Okay, I think I'm going to calm down a little bit.
Breathe in.
Yeah.
Breathe
find
out.
My pressure points. Folks, we're going to be right back. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back, folks. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network.
Breathe.
Holy smokes.
Breathe.
I don't... Look, I'm again, clarify something real fast. I'm all about if you want to do... freedom to do whatever you want to do. That's what I believe. I'm like almost entirely, if not fully, libertarian. Do what you want to do. But stay in your lane. If you're not gonna follow it the way it's put down, don't try and change it to make yourself feel better. That's all I'm asking.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your hashtag.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
I can get behind that. I think I can. You know what I can't get behind?
Please regale. I still have to catch myself.
Okay. Here's what I can't get behind. I can't get behind the Doomsday Clock. The freaking Doomsday Clock. All right, so here's the thing. The Doomsday Clock is set by supposed scientists that are, that study atomic weaponry, things like that, okay? Mm-hmm. So these are all supposed to be very smart, very intelligent people.
So that
they're supposed to have the brain.
I was going to say the caveat is that they're supposed to be the creme de la creme, the top of the line.
Right. And they're also not supposed to be they're supposed to be apolitical.
So is everything. So is the NFL, and look how that turned out. Just saying.
All right.
Just saying.
Point taken. Okay. So 1 year into the Trump presidency, where we've seen Korea, both North and South Korea, are now actually going to have an Olympic team together. And the next,
which is awesome.
And the next thing, they're talking peace treaties. Russia has actually calmed down quite a bit after they started the whole election hoopla and everything else.
Well, there's that and the whole let's go and annex Crimea and all that jazz.
Right. China's become more capitalist than communist as far as their economy goes.
Hold on. Having said that, though, they were doing that before Trump. Just BT
I know
dubs.
that. I know.
I just wanted to clarify.
They've been doing that for the last 15 years.
Exactly.
But it's more so now than before. And where we also have the best as far as the economy goes, the best chances for America to actually be the center of economic growth again. We have the best chances that we've had in the past 30 years.
That's awesome.
Which is great.
Yes.
Okay. All that aside, apparently the Doomsday Clock got pushed forward another 30 seconds to now 2 minutes before midnight.
Is it just me, or I'm waiting one day, I'm assuming that these intelligent people are going to turn around and hit the button and say, oh, look, we're at midnight, and nothing's going to happen?
You remember that time, you remember that time right when Ronald Reagan came into power and we all died?
I do. It was horrible.
It was good times.
That's why it was called the Cold War, because there was nobody around to keep
and
anybody
nothing
warm.
happened.
And
nothing happened at all, guys.
No, it could have. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It could have.
It was a very scary time.
And not for nothing. With little Kimmy over in North Korea,
it could possibly happen. But I need to ask you a question. Over the 8 years of Obama presidency, Iran, 8 separate wars in 6 countries. Russia actually becoming the geopolitical enemy.
Yeah, it did. I was gonna say the whole annexing Crimea and all that crap kind of happened during Obama. So just
a resurgence of Nazism, the Golden Dawn Party. You have
not Al Qaeda.
ISIS. You have, and by the way, ISIS is now just a terrorist group. They do not hold any land whatsoever a year into Trump's presidency, something that Barack Obama said could not happen. And that's not really Trump's thing. That was Trump just let the generals do their job.
Funny what happens when you let people who
know how to do their job
when you let the experts do their job. It's amazing.
It's crazy. These experts didn't push the clock a single second forward in those 8 years.
That's also the guy who won the the
Nobel Peace Prize. That's right.
Just because he
Just
was
because
so
he became
peaceful.
president.
I mean,
He became president.
I was going to say
He won the Peace Prize. The most divisive president we've had in the past 100 years. And he became a Nobel Peace Prize recipient for being president.
Congratulations to him.
Good job. Nothing happened then. Trump becomes president, and you guys have heard us. We're not. When Trump does something bad, we are going to tell you.
Yes.
When Trump does something good,
we're going to tell you.
We're going to tell you. And I'm talking policies here. You know what? Nobody cares about everybody that cares about Trump's Twitter works at CNN and MSNBC and everything.
They have no life, is what we're saying.
What we're saying is they care about Trump's Twitter because they have nothing else to report on. They don't want to report about his policies or anything else. So,
because God forbid you actually
report his policies.
Holy crap!
Oh my gosh! And you know what? To report his policies, if his economic plan goes through, I am going to be blasting the crap out of this guy. And I'm not joking. If Trump's economic policy goes through, I will be the first one to tell you all the crap that's wrong with it and why.
Yeah,
because that thing is an abomination. Anyway,
it's
just a proposal.
We'll burn
I'm not going to get there.
We'll burn that bridge when we get there.
Yeah,
We're not.
That's a bridge too far today. And you know
He's
what
just
else?
letting you know. Tonight was me losing my crap. When that thing goes through,
that's me
Steven
losing my crap. And you know what else I'm going to lose? My sandwich making ability. Because you know what?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
No, stop, hold on. You know one of the criteria that these atomic scientists are using for the Doomsday Clock?
What would that be?
Climate change.
Well, everything is climate change.
No. Global warming specifically.
Were they not around
for the whole global warming scare and fakery?
But not even that. No. I was going to say, were they not around just last week?
For the past 2 years
or
2 5 years.
Well, but let's play recent because I mean a person can forget things from 2 years ago.
All right.
I believe it was a week to 2 weeks ago. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody out there.
You might be wrong.
But I believe Texas was in double digits, single digits. I know here was single digits at one point.
Mm-hmm.
There was central part of the like Kansas and the central part of the country were in negatives.
Yeah.
There was places in the central part of America that was colder than Alaska.
At the time.
At
that moment.
Yes. Dallas, Texas was like 20 degrees or less.
And
Alaska and Anchorage was like into almost 50.
Isn't that weird?
No, I'm sorry, but again, were they not here for that? That's their global warming.
I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know. I'm not trying to know. But one of the funny things about that, so just thinking about that, a new study.
Well, of course there's a new freaking study.
Blames your sandwich for global warming.
Of course it does.
According to a new study, there may be an unlikely new scapegoat for global warming. It's called sandwiches. Scientists...
Because you know why they've hit sandwiches now? Because they've literally blamed everything else on climate change and global warming. It's everything else's fault at this point. They have nothing left, so it would only stand to reason that we go to food now.
Hashtag Sammichwarming. Sammichwarming. Sammich. Sammichwarming. All right, so scientists at the University of Manchester in England. England again.
England, shut up.
Hey.
Sit down, get your coloring books, and shut the hell up.
You know what? I think you need a sandwich in that pie hole.
Or 12.
All right. So, England says their in-depth audit of various sandwiches shows that the lunchtime staple is responsible for carbon emissions equal to 8.6 million cars in Britain alone.
Hold on. In-depth.
You got a problem with that?
Audit of various sandwiches.
Yeah.
You know what we call that here in America? Lunchtime. That's I promise you.
I went in depth in auditing my sandwich.
I went
every day.
I went home and I told my wife the audit on my sandwich that the meat, there was plenty of meat. The bread was a little tough. I would give that about a C. There was problem with it was like one sliver of tomato. It wasn't enough tomato.
Wasn't enough.
And the dressing had. I swear.
Oh, you have vegetables on your sandwich?
Yeah, that's a whole different. I need to get a whole different sheet out for that.
That's so crazy. So the carbon footprint for sandwiches considers factors such as the cultivation of the ingredients, the food waste, recipes used, the various packaging included, according to the studies. So, all right.
Wait.
So here we go. Your sandwich, because it's made of because your bread is made of grain,
right?
That grain, the milling of it and the processing of it creates carbon dioxide,
right.
So CO2.
Right. Hold on, real fast. CO2, which trees breathe in,
right,
and
actually
helps them to grow and become bigger and stronger.
And actually doesn't hurt anything.
And they push out the oxygen, which makes us breathe,
yes.
And we can grow big and Okay,
yes.
I wanted to make sure that was still there.
So
okay,
there.
continue.
All right. So ingredients like that, like the meat itself, because it's made from pigs or cow.
Wait, hold on, but what does that have to
chicken.
do with anything?
Well, those animals are bred and grown specifically to be meat.
But they're dead.
But before they were dead, they were grown specifically to be meat.
So...
And the raising of that cattle, either pigs, cows, chicken, turkey, etc., creates,
wow,
global warming gases. And then you have like the cheese.
Oh God.
Or the tomato or the lettuce. Those crops are certain food crops that you have to cultivate, and thus you can't plant trees in those areas because you're planting this crop in those areas. So you can't allow. And then you have various packaging options, like if you get like a prepackaged sandwich.
Tio.
Okay.
Tio, we're gonna back up just a second.
All right. Back it up.
So we're gonna go back to the vegetables.
Yeah.
They're still plants, right?
Oh yes.
Okay, plants.
Right.
That breathe.
But you never
CO2. Hold on. No, but
yeah. Not as much as trees, though.
Well, no, but they still breathe in foliage.
There's
trees.
still foliage. Yes.
It's still, even if it's a little bit, they still breathe in some of it. They still take it in.
Yes.
It doesn't kill them. It doesn't hurt them. It doesn't do anything. And that leads to. That's part of the climate change issue.
Yes, because it's not enough. It's not enough. It doesn't. It's because they don't.
So we should be making our sandwiches out of trees.
Yeah, no.
No, because then we cut them down.
We cut them down. And then you have the packaging options. So you have the plastics, or you have the little Sammich containers, or paper bags. Which, if you use paper bags, that's cutting down more trees. If you use plastics, those plastics, when they get put into recycling, they actually get burned, and those burns produce.
Hold on.
Gases, and those gases are toxic, and those toxic gases then produce other toxic gases that go into the atmosphere and creates other things like CO2.
But what if you made it at home?
Glad you asked. A portion of the study notes that ham and cheese is the most popular homemade sandwich
because it's easy.
It goes on to point out that the environmental impact of a homemade version is about 2 times lower than a ready-made version. The same one that, the ready-made version often sold in stores.
Okay, hold on.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What were the most common ones you said were ham and...
Yeah, they're like a ham and cheese.
Ham and cheese?
Yeah, that's the most common.
Okay.
Ham and cheese.
Ham and cheese. If you make...
PBJ and ham and cheese.
Okay. You personally are making a ham and cheese sandwich at home. Start to end recipe, go.
Bread. Cheese.
Ham.
A very, very small amount of mayo. Salt and pepper. And I get the bread toasted.
Okay.
I literally make a ham and cheese.
Yeah, no, but that's my point. So how is that? Now we're going to go to, let's go to Subway and get a ham and cheese.
No. They're talking about like the prepackaged, like you go to the convenience store, you get that little triangle box.
Okay, even those.
Yeah.
Even those.
What's in there?
What's on those? Lettuce, tomato, bacon, ham, cheese. God knows how much mayo and mustard's on there. God knows the bun's like on top's like that thick. The bottom one's like that thick. It's all bread.
And the meat is like, there's one slice.
It's like 2 ounces, like an ounce of meat.
Not even.
If that.
Not even.
They kind of squirt the juices out onto for flavoring.
They literally like take cheese and they plane off the top with like a wood planer and and slap it on.
Exactly. How's that just 2%? Really?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, for all of these people, and I'm all about you be good stewards of what you have. Mm-hmm. I'm all about that.
Yeah.
But at this point, when we're literally attacking sandwiches, blaming it for global warming,
yeah.
You might as well just advocate for every single living human being to walk out either in the middle of traffic or everyone invest in a gun and automatically just kill themselves.
And on that note,
seriously, what else do you have left? I'm going to have a headache.
We'll be right back, folks.
We'll be right back listening to Defenders of American Socialism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Don't go nowhere.
You're listening to the Lanterns Radio Network. We are the network dedicated to empowering the individual, illuminating the truth, defending American exceptionalism, and inspiring future generations. Stay connected and get involved at Lanterns.buzz for great radio. Get commentary and news of the day. Lanterns.buzz.
Welcome back, folks. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Oh, boy.
It's been a show so far, hasn't it?
I've been in a mood, isn't it? Rare form tonight. Folks, we are live on Facebook at DOAE Show on Facebook.
DOAE Show on Twitter.
On Twitter as well.
You can tell us what you know with the hashtag NowIKnow. Like Lance. Wonderful Lance. The only Sammichwarming I'm worried about is when I throw it in the oven to toast it. Good man. I do that every day at lunch, every single day.
I used to. I give my wife credit. So since we're talking about sandwiches real quick, you've had Manwich.
Oh yeah,
Sloppy Joes.
That's good times.
Okay. My God.
Love me some sloppy Joe.
I know. So here's the drill. When I was a kid, the way it was made in my house, and as I was growing up, is you would. My mom would make it, obviously have the hamburger and the gunk, the sauce.
Yep, the gunk.
Well, and depending on who made it too, sometimes you might get a little bit of onion in there.
Yeah. A little bit of diced onion.
Maybe. But for the most part, just, it's the gunk and the meat.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And what my mom would do, especially for his younger kids, because, it's just easier that way, is you would take the bread and you would pull it apart, white bread, and you crumble up in little pieces, and you put it into a bowl, and you put the junk on top of it and whip it together, and boom. Or if you got older, you put it on a sandwich, in between two pieces of bread, and you don't make a mess.
Yep.
Well, my wonderful bride introduced me to the awesomeness that is Manwich. Manwich. I'm thinking sandwich. Manwich sandwich.
A Manwich sandwich.
Manwich sandwich.
Say that 3 times fast.
Which toasted butter bread.
Oh, yeah.
I've never had it before, and I will admit it. I gave her crap for it. I was like, "What do you toast this?" I'm like, she's from Massachusetts. I'm like, "You're from up north, the weirdos
you don't
cooking."
Know this.
You don't know. You people call soda pop. Shut up. But
speaking of, we kind of
that comes up in a minute. You like the segue though? That was good.
It was a good time.
But she finally got me to taste it, and I granted I'm on a diet, so I haven't had dairy in God knows how long. But I would never, at this point, if I went back to doing it, I would never have Manwich like that without it otherwise again. Oh my God, amazing!
It's so good, right?
Amazing,
so good.
So,
oh yeah. By the way, oh, I love it. Lance, you're wonderful. We have we just retweeted and liked a post from Lance with the hashtag NowIKnow. It's a GIF of Gordon Ramsay and one of his trainees, and he's just
during Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen, and he put 2 pieces of bread on her face and said, "What are you?" And she said, "I'm an idiot sandwich." And that is about right, folks. That is about darn right. Speaking of idiot sandwiches and sodas and pops, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Remember us talking about that whole soda tax thing?
Yeah, where like they were showing pictures where Gatorade was up to
like,
well, but it was start.
Like twice
it was
the
normally
price.
It was like $15 or $16 at
Yeah.
Costco, but then because of the tax, it made it an extra $10 to $12 at least, so it brought it up to $28 or $30 or whatever.
Yeah,
my math is wonderful, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's $1.75 $1.75 per ounce of sweet drink.
God.
So Seattle's soda tax has been in effect now for about a month, and apparently everybody hates it, including the unions that voted for it.
Someone doesn't like the taste of their own medicine, huh? It's great to control everybody and make rules until you actually have to follow them.
Yeah, I mean,
weird how that works out, isn't it? I mean,
thanks to the $1.75 per ounce soda tax, 36-pack of soda at Seattle's Costco rose about 75%, while a 35-pack of Gatorade raised by similar levels. While the city leaders say that the tax will benefit the city, business leaders and representatives say that the tax will do nothing but hurt Seattle businesses, their employees, and long-term the city itself. So apparently there's a whole bunch of people, I'm not going to say this guy's name, Mr. Singh. He runs a pizzeria on the outskirts of Seattle. He is still technically in Seattle City District.
I think it's Gajit.
Gajit?
Yes, something like that.
It's Jagajit. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not going to try to anymore. So Mr. Singh. He runs a pizzeria on the outskirts of Seattle. He is still inside of the city district, and he says that it puts his business at a distinct and severe disadvantage to his business, where just down the street on the outside of city limit, where they're outside of the city limits, those businesses aren't affected by the soda tax. So literally, like a business 2 minutes down the street, no soda tax. So people don't go to his shop anymore because his pizzeria, which, you know, there's another pizzeria down the street, but his pizzeria, nobody goes there to get anything to drink anymore.
Wait a minute. So free market is working right now, technically.
Technically, yes. You raise the prices in some areas, and another area decides that they're not going to do it, and that area prospers.
Weird.
I know.
Isn't that weird? It's almost as irritating, and I know this wasn't in prep, but it's almost as bad as the that Whopper commercial for net neutrality. Did you see that? Did anybody see that? I mean,
I saw it.
I'm gonna post it up here when we get off the show. I'm gonna post it. I am just so everybody can be. No, if I had to watch this is something you have to share.
If I had to watch it, you do.
Normally, we put up with the crap so you don't have to. No. You're not going because here's the one thing that kept running through my mind through this whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, if you haven't seen it, and this is just real fast, the video is Burger King as the company in their stores, in a couple of stores, decided that they were going to quote school people on net neutrality. Because that's where I go for my, learnings on net neutrality and technology is Burger King. Because
the king is woke.
Anyway, just real fast on it. So what happens is there would be people where they would try to say, well, this is the difference is that some companies can charge you more. Well, you didn't get, and they would actually say, well, sir, you only got the regular Whopper, so I have this, but I can't give it to you for another 20 seconds or whatever. All these little things to make people wait and piss them off.
Right.
And the entire time, not one person thought to go, F you, give me my money back, I'm going home.
I would have.
That's what I'm saying.
How long is the wait?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's more than 2 minutes? Okay, yeah, bye.
Oh, I gave you money, and now you're going to turn around and make me wait because of some BS kind of social experiment you're trying to plan? Give me my money back. I'm going to Taco Bell. That's what I would have done.
Or McDonald's, or Wendy's, or anywhere else.
Here's the thing. Everyone is like that.
I know. Everyone.
And I don't understand why. Like,
who's literally going to stand there and wait while they do this BS?
There were
commercial?
some people that you watch it. They said, "Well, I've been here for 30 minutes." Who the hell's going to wait 30 minutes for a Whopper?
First off, last week I came down and Wednesday I came down and I was in a rush, so I had to go and find something to eat because I was just getting off of overtime, running through, trying to get here. The only place that did not have a line was Burger King. So I went there.
And how do you feel about that now?
The next day, actually, my stomach was like tearing itself apart. And that was before the commercial.
Yeah.
Just to put it into perspective, like I hadn't had a Whopper or I hadn't had a Burger King in about 3 years.
Mine's about the same.
And that's the first time I had it in 3 years. And it almost killed me.
It did me too. The last time I had it, I had one of their fish sandwiches. And this is back when they had their fish sandwich. Now, this is back when originally it used to be good. They would get 2 of them. Now, them suckers were massive. And you get 2 of them for like $5. You get 2 of those, a thing of fries. They had the best fries on the planet. Loved their fries.
Yes.
That was my meal. And the last time I had them, I got sick. And I'm talking,
bad. Gutter
crawling, commode hugging sick.
Yes.
And I've never been back since.
And you know what?
I don't even like to have, like, when I drive for work, I don't even like to stop into one to pee. You know what I mean?
Actually, I never have. I've always felt uncomfortable at the Burger King.
I do too. Like, they're staring at me.
Yeah.
No other store does. No other restaurant does that. But Burger King, well, why? Because no one goes to Burger King to eat. So they're like, are you going to come over here?
Are you going to order?
Oh, crap.
Are you going to order? I'm going to go to the bathroom.
I got to go back to folding these stupid crowns.
Once again, Lance, you nailed it on the head. Burger King is a major source of Sammichwarming. Why would anyone listen to what they say?
Touche.
Good man. And on that note, hey, let me ask you a question.
Can I? I don't know. Do I want to? I'm trying to think of how I want to do this.
No. I got to ask you a question.
Okay.
I got to ask you a question. So what do you think is NASA's biggest deals right now?
NASA's big deal.
Yeah. Like it was, making sure that the Arabic people knew that they came up with mathematics.
Oh, it was also tweeting everybody during the government shutdown that they won't be tweeting during the government shutdown. There was that.
Right, there was that. What do you think is their new thing?
Well, one would think that they would do something like, try and put somebody on the moon.
Again.
Yeah, again.
Mars.
Or some people believe for the first time.
Yeah. Let's not go there.
No, but it's funny to think about.
Let's not go there.
Yeah, I mean, it would be something like that. Mars is another big one. I mean, think about it. If I were a government entity, and there was a private entity that was starting to literally kick my ass up and down this place,
yes,
I would be trying to get my junk together so I can, at least compete, if not, supersede them. But
okay. So, in the way of getting your junk together, and getting involved in the private industries, NASA has decided they wanted to probe Uranus.
Whoa.
For gas.
They didn't tell me, but they didn't tell me anything. Nobody said nothing to me about nothing. I didn't even get a letter.
Not your anus.
Oh, but
Uranus.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No. How? Okay. Uranus.
That's what the Latin people would call it, yes. And again, I haven't gotten a letter. No one showed up at my door. What are you doing? How do you know about what's going on in my life, sir? No one said anything to me.
They made a story about it.
Oh, you mean the planet?
Yes.
You could have saved us a lot just by
no.
The planet Uranus.
Probing for gas.
Uranus.
In the search for gas.
Now, why would you... This stuff just writes itself.
Literally, somebody decided to put that as the headline of a story
and you can't,
for NASA.
And it's a legitimate...
What?
Serious?
This is a real story.
And I'm sorry, but...
This is from physics-astronomy.com.
So... Someone thinks it is important. You can't tell me that the guys at NASA didn't go,
Yeah, I know.
You know, there's no way.
Come
I
on.
propose that we probe Uranus for gas. That's, it did. And then some jackwagon went, okay.
Probe Uranus for gas.
They put it on the sheet, and they're going, what are we doing?
Up.
And eventually it got to be not funny no more until it got out in the news, and now it's funny to me.
It's funny to us, anyway.
It's hilarious.
Because, oh my goodness, how can you write this and not laugh Uranus off? How can you not?
I don't know what the point of it all is actually either. Let's be honest with you. But
they're probing for gas from Uranus and Neptune. Apparently, they believe that these two places, giant planets.
Wait a minute, stop.
They're giant planets.
Hold on. So they're going to go to a gas giant planet
and probe for gas.
To probe to see if it has gas.
No, not to probe to see if it has gas. To probe the gas itself. They want to find out what it is. They want to research the climate.
If it's unleaded or high test.
Yes. Or if it's like carbon dioxide. So they can plant trees and get gas, get oxygen out of it, one day. They want to know what the storms are made out of in Jupiter and all this other stuff. But so apparently they're going to eventually send a probe to Uranus.
Wow. NASA says that 2030 through 2036 would be feasible for the Uranus trip, while Neptune's mission would need to take place between the 2030 and 2040 due to timing of a gravity-assisted booster around Jupiter.
So unlike our very first story, they're making sure that these planets are of age.
At least somebody is. Thank God.
Before they probe them.
We're going to hell.
Oh, look, I already told
so
you.
Bad.
I understand that I'm not perfect.
Yeah, I know, me either. Ugh. Oh, boy. Well, NASA's going to probe Uranus.
Sandwiches are creating global warming with gas.
Apparently, a 36-year-old pedophile is a 9-year-old in an adult body.
Somehow.
It's days
and a soda tax really does cause havoc in the economy.
It's days like today. I hate being on this diet because I really could use a shot right now. I'm thinking I'm done. I'm out. It's just I'm nothing left. What else is there? You might as well just sit back, get a drink, and watch it all burn to the ground because this is gonna be
it's gonna be amazing, folks.
Something else, folks. Thank you so much for listening. Again, you could be doing anything on a Saturday, and you're here hanging out with us. We really, really appreciate it.
Yes.
You can find us on Facebook at DOAE Show, Twitter at DOAE Show.
Use the hashtag NowIKnow.
Hashtag NowIKnow. Mm-hmm. We will be live again Wednesday night, 9 o'clock.
Yep.
Back here on. We also find us on iHeartRadio, iTunes,
anywhere you can
Spreaker,
find a podcast.
Google Play. Yes, anywhere you can find a podcast, you will find us somewhere.
We will be there.
And if you're having problems finding it on your particular platform, please drop us a line at Facebook or Twitter. Let us know. We'll see what we can do and try and help you, point you in the right direction.
We will send you there.
Get you hanging out one way or another.
Oh, and by the way, the world economy is doing better than it has been in the past 10 years.
Yay! Thank God. Small miracles. Folks, have a great week. We'll see you next time. Wednesday. Bye-bye.